Welcome to our course on fundamentals of game design. We were discussing gameplay in relation to game design and gameplay. This is the third lecture on this topic. You can watch our other videos that cover the list of the topics that gameplay involve, and also the factors that reduce the fun and how to overcome those. Also, we have studied some general principles to make the game and gameplay more interesting. Now we will discuss about challenges. I think challenges is a core component of gameplay and making the game fun. In games, players usually face one or more challenges. Sometimes many challenges come at once, sometimes they come sequentially, one after another in different levels. So there are hierarchy of challenges in games. Now as a designer, you have to think how this hierarchy affects the player's experience and what does it mean for your game design. Some related topic that you need to keep in mind: informing the player about challenges. How you will inform the player about the challenges? Does it affect or not? And also, what are atomic challenges, highest level challenges, and the intermediate challenges? How you should plan, how that affects gameplay and the fun of the game. What is the role of simultaneous atomic challenge to make the gameplay more interesting or game more fun? The concept like skill, stress, and absolute difficulty, we will also define them, and you will also know how to use these terms to define a more challenging or more fulfilling, more fun game. Now, hierarchy of challenges. When a player plays a game, he faces challenges, maybe one at a time or sometimes many at a time, or when he goes further up sequentially one by one, he faces many challenges along the way. I think this is what is called hierarchy of challenge. Ultimately, the goal of the player is to win the game. To win the game, he may have to complete multiple missions. Maybe say in StarCraft or Star Wars, you have to complete multiple missions to win the game. These missions, they can be combined, they can be consisting multiple submissions, and these submissions, those consist, I think, very low level, bottommost level challenges or individual challenges that we call atomic challenges. The challenge the player is facing right now, the enemy just in front of him, or just the task he has to do right now, that is the atomic challenges. These atomic challenges make up the submissions, and submissions make up the missions, and missions make up the ultimate goal. In your game design, you have to think about what are all those atomic challenges and how those challenges will create the submissions, and maybe you can create multiple submissions, and those submissions, how they will form the mission, and ultimately after how many mission complete, single or multiple, you will ultimately win the game. So you have to plan it, design it, and think about all the details. So in designing your game, you have to create the hierarchy and also decide what challenges the player will face and at what time the player will face those challenges. I think I can show you an example. As a designer, you should actually plan the hierarchy of challenge, and as a game designer, when you are creating the game design document, you can also list this hierarchy of challenges for better understanding of the game, for the other team players, for the programmers. Here is an example of a small action adventure game. You can see there are multiple levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. They are also listing all the atomic challenges the player will face, all the submissions. Maybe these are 3 submissions. Completely they complete one mission, and this is the level 2 second mission, this is the third mission. These are atomic challenges. As a group they are submissions. So you should present it in your game design document, and also when designing game you should plan it. I think okay, I hope I discussed this. And in terms of hierarchy of challenges, I think whenever the players will play the game, they will keep mind the atomic challenge right now at this moment, but they will the highest level challenge or the ultimate challenge for the game to win the game, those will be on her mind. He will know that he has to ultimately go there and face it. So keeping it in his back mind, it will provide the entertainment for her and also guide her to victory. Now I think to make the game fun to the players, you need to inform the player about your challenges, the challenges about the game. Why? Because if the players don't know what they are supposed to do, what are the challenges in the game, how can they play the game? If they don't know what is the victory condition, what is the winning condition, if they don't know it explicitly, then they will not be able to win the game. They will not enjoy the game. So we use concepts like explicit challenges and implicit challenges. Explicit challenges, these are the challenges that as a game designer, game company, you should inform the player. Implicit challenges, these are not told to the player. The players has to explore, and by playing the game they has to discover those challenges. Actually here where the real fun lies in game, but explicit challenges give him the context. In general, most games will give the challenges of the victory condition. So should you should inform the victory condition of your game to the player. Maybe you can also inform the player the victory condition for each of the level. And there is one aspect, the bottommost level, that what we are calling atomic challenges. You may also inform the player the bottommost level of challenges. Usually the games also inform this level of challenges to the player. I think so should you. But you can leave the intermediate levels for her discovery. There is no point to tell him all of the thing. It should not be some step-by-step guide to win the game. If you don't leave some challenges undiscovered or uninformed, the player may not find interesting to play the game. You should keep those elements uninformed to the player so that he has to discover and he gets the fun on his way. Now, in many games they include tutorial levels to make the player familiar with the atomic challenges and to make them familiar with the actions they can take to overcome those challenges. I think if appropriate, you should also include tutorial levels in your games as well. I think it adds to the entertainment value. I think it's the satisfaction value, satisfied experience to the players. But if it happens that your game story or the control is so trivial that users can easily figure it out, then you may not need this tutorial level. And in terms of storytelling games, yeah, it's better or it's expected in general that you should inform the player the ultimate highest level challenges and the condition to win the game. But in many times storytelling games they usually tell it, but they don't tell the all the truth. What happens is they usually through the game they complicate the matter